8 Passengers Chad Frankie has been calling out mom influencers online. For a while now, Chad has been sharing his experience growing up, being online, having his parents vlog his entire life, and is warning other moms that maybe they shouldn't be doing the same. But recently, he got into some drama with one mom in particular after posting their DMs publicly on Snapchat, and then she released the full conversation, and it's turned into this whole thing. Recently, Chad decided to reach out to Tiffany Burrell, a mom influencer whose content surrounds her children. Tiffany has about 50k followers on Instagram and about the same on TikTok. She posts a lot of point of view videos about her and her kids, and some of them have been called out by others. So Chad isn't the only one who has had anything critical to say about her, especially after she posted a video that said POV going to the doctor with your mom, and it's a video of her and her son waiting for the doctor to come into the room with them, but people felt it was definitely weird to be making such a video, even if she thought it was a funny joke. She did respond to some people in the comments who had things to say about it. One person said, "Stop using your kids for content." She said, "Hi there, my son is 14. Legally, he can also make his own TikToks and can post on his own account too. He likes to make videos with me, so if he tells me he doesn't want to, I will respect that." Another person said, "Why is the mom in the room with him?" She said, "Hi, this was before his appointment. Hope this helps your curiosity." That's not a real doctor's voice, it's a TikTok sound. Now, Tiffany doesn't vlog or anything. Most of her content is this, just short form little skit videos, but they clearly struck a nerve with Chad, and he reached out to her in the DMs to say this. "Hey Tiffany, my name's Chad Frankie. You may or may not have heard of my mom, Ruby Frankie, who was known for her family YouTube channel, 8 Passengers. She was arrested almost a year ago for child abuse, but that of course isn't why I'm reaching out. I just happened to come across your page and found how similar your filming, especially with the kids, was to my experience growing up. In the video with your son at the doctor, you replied to a comment saying, 'Don't worry, he's just acting for me.' That honestly broke my heart and set me off. I wish you the best, but your kids, I promise, will grow up to resent you, especially your teen boy. He's putting on a happy face in front of the camera. No child wants their mother to benefit off them on social media. You look like a clown." He posted these messages onto his Snapchat story, where he posts a lot these days. Since Ruby's arrest, he's been pretty active, sharing more and more of his adult life and talking about how he's been handling everything. He ended up sharing Tiffany's reply to him onto his Snapchat story and said, "I'm actually quite pissed you would come after a stranger you know nothing about. You were trying to project your pain and abuse on everyone else. Just because it happened to you doesn't mean it's happening to everyone. Some people are actually normal. I'm not your mom, and my son is definitely not you. You need years of therapy. To go around thinking you see your situation in random strangers speaks volumes of your mental health. You need therapy like now, and I suggest you stay out of random strangers' DMs accusing and projecting your pain on innocent people. I am never and will never be like your insane mother. I actually love and adore my kids unlike her. Seek help." He later responded to someone who had responded to this whole situation on Snapchat. He was getting a lot of messages about it, and somebody had said, "Nah, if she truly loved her kids and wanted the best for them, she wouldn't exploit them, period." And Chad said, "Mass cancellation, everyone go DM her," but at the bottom wrote, "Just kidding." Someone else said, "Do you mind if this becomes a bigger story, focused on her actions and response to you? Or would you rather people seeing it on your Snapchat just keep it here?" He said, "I don't really know how to make it bigger news, just wanted your opinions." Tiffany ended up coming out to share more of their DMs, and it seemed after Chad messaged her, this is what she had to say in full. So after Chad had sent his original message to her, she replied saying, "He literally wants to make them with me. I don't care how set off you are, LOL. We have all made videos for 15 years when YouTube was newer. I have 2 adult children who still love to make videos with me. Every dime they made on YouTube, they got that money. We do it for fun. It's none of your business, and honestly, you're weird for even messaging me. I haven't benefited off him. I make nothing off my reels or TikToks with them. I get just as many views on my videos with my husband or by myself. And I'm sorry you went through that and feel that way. You can talk to my kids if you want. My son has done feature films, major TV shows, commercials, music videos. He loves acting, so when I said he was acting, it's something we do for fun. Anyways, my first reply was angry, and I'm sorry. I've been arguing with strangers all day, LOL, though honestly, you can talk to my kids if you want, and they will tell you. My daughter's Insta is, she is 20 years old. My oldest is almost 22. He doesn't post himself, but makes videos with my husband and I for fun. Blank is 14, and he is loving the attention for girls. He is also a professional actor. This is just for fun. I'm sorry I was angry in my first response, and I don't know about your mom, but am truly sorry for any pain she caused you. Also, I just read up on your mom and remember that actually, and I'd never starve my children. I never ever forced them to make videos. I asked them if they want to. He thought it was a funny idea. I'm really actually offended offended to be compared to her. Chad had responded saying, "Not comparing you to her, I promise. Just don't be surprised when you get canceled. People don't like moms that exploit their children." She said, "Have never exploited them, would never. If they say they don't want to be in my videos, they don't have to be. It says everything that my 20 and 21-year-old still are in my videos. They've traveled the world. I would never hinder them. I give my kids everything, and this is purely for fun. I wish you the best." That's when she ended up sending him the message that I showed you earlier that Chad had shared on his Snapchat. But it's been reported that since this, she has posted a story on Instagram where she said that she was sorry to Chad for how she reacted to his message and that she just felt attacked, and she apologized to him for how insensitive some of the things that she said were. While responding to people on Snapchat, Chad had also responded to someone who brought up how there should be laws put in place to protect kids. They wrote, "Valid, there should be laws protecting kids from being exploited on social media and the industry in general, especially by parents and legal guardians." And he said, "A lot of people close to me are working on those laws. Kids shouldn't be put on camera, even if they're paid." Super valid opinion, I think. This then brought up a few things as people wondered who around him was actually working on this, because it couldn't be family. With the way that Chad has been talking about family content and how he feels about Tiffany, people wondered what his relationship with his aunts must be, because Bonnie, Ellie, and Julie all vlog their own families just like Ruby did. And hearing how Chad feels about what vlogging did to him and his siblings, it's interesting that they have continued to do so. But it does seem like slowly there are things being done to try and attempt to protect some children of influencers, as this week Illinois officially requires influencers who feature their children to pay them for their work. Although Chad is saying that it's wrong to just be filming kids and putting them on camera and putting them on the internet, whether they're paid or not, it's just not something that he believes in. I do think that this is a small step towards protecting children, at least requiring parents to pay them, because it's really effed up how they can just get away with filming them and pocket all the money at the end of the day. And obviously a lot of these mommy bloggers or just family vloggers in general are motivated by money, and if they aren't able to pocket the full amount of money, they might not be as motivated to be making this content at the end of the day. It's sad that money would be playing any factor in them deciding not to share their child online, and that if they're not going to be able to profit from it, then they don't want to do it, instead of just thinking about the fact that maybe it's not the best idea to be blasting your kid's face all over the internet in content that may be embarrassing to them in the future one day. But unfortunately, hearing that isn't deterring a lot of people from making content with their kids. A lot of them still go on to do it, but of course, if they're hearing that they might not be getting the full paycheck, that's when they might be turning their heads and they're like, okay, like what else can I do type of thing, which is just so sad. I mean, you would just hope that a parent wouldn't want to exploit their child or put embarrassing content of them out there on the internet and be making money that way, but people do. People are okay with that. I don't know how, but they are. And I'll say it once again that I do think that there are people that share their lives and they share their families, and it's not exploitive, and it is cute, it is wholesome, and it is not every single thing that they are posting. I think that if you choose to share your child, that is your decision, and some people do it and it's really sweet. But I'm talking about those cases where people are really milking their children for every last dollar they can possibly make on the internet, and the stuff that is just inappropriate, it's not okay, like filming them crying or punishing them, and it's just, those things should not be on the internet. But in Illinois on July 1st, a bill went into effect. It specifically requires that children age 16 and under be compensated if within a 30-day period they are in at least 30% of a video or online content for which the adult, whether a parent or caregiver, is being paid. The person making the video in which the child appears is responsible for setting aside gross earnings into a trust account for the child to receive at age 18. According to ABC, it's been reported that other states, including Washington, Maryland, and California, are also considering this. This would be huge as the world of influencing continues to grow, and hopefully hearing from children who have experienced growing up online speak out will encourage more states to take action, and quickly. It's all such a new world still, and I think a lot of these kids who grew up online are finally becoming adults, able to speak out on their own experiences, and people are really seeing how these aren't all just some cute home movies being thrown up on the internet, but that this is a job for a lot of these parents that are posting content online, and that some of them, they need their kids in order to support their family, because their content would be nothing without their kids. And although they shouldn't be filming them at all in that way, at the very least, there could be some laws put in place where they could be compensated for their work, their participation in these videos. And not everyone making this kind of content is willing to set aside money for their kids, so laws really should be in place to ensure that they're at least paid for their work. This is truly the very least states could be doing in terms of protection, but as of right now, that's where things stand in terms of protecting those children online. And I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this, from Chad calling out Tiffany to what they said to each other in those messages, the reactions, and also this new law that has been put in place. I want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.